Hi, I am Roxy. I am here to ask you to do something for Steve6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave a comment. Make it a critique, a constructive criticism. Thanks. Oh, he's about to start. Bye.
Foxtrot Delta Tango. Foxtrot Delta Tango. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, for now we'll try the volume there. Hi, I'm Steve6464. This is season 13 of Let's Build This, part 3, finishing a 15-year-old project. I am working on, it's kind of out of focus, but this balsa wood scale of Sopwith Camel that is rubber, a rubber band motor, or they just call it a rubber motor. And yeah, I started that like 15 years ago, set it aside because I got more involved in watching YouTube stuff than actually making stuff. So yeah, so before we get started, let's review last week. Alright, Foxtrot Delta Tango. Hello, hello, little hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright. If at any point the volume seems to be too low or I mumble or something, please let me know. If you're watching and you can, please say hi in the chat. Don't need to participate in the chat, but if you could just say hi when you come in. So buttons in your underwear. Alright, let's get our workspace and cameras set up here. Right. Yeah, sure, something like that. Okay, let's put down some cardboard just so there's a cleaner surface than my chewed up cutting boards. Tape this down. So last week we did two things. We worked on the landing gear and we worked on gluing the bottom wings onto the fuselage. So I think I'm going to continue with the landing gear. And if I get a point in working on the landing gear, then we'll work more on the fuselage, or maybe even the tail end landing gear on the tail. So last week we bent this wire and glued it down. And now the instructions tell us to wrap it with some string that they have provided. And I just need to remember, found it, the box I put it all in. Well, it's the same box, but did I put it in the top? Did I put it in the bottom? So we'll see how good some of these materials are after being exposed to the air for 15 plus years or whatever. So this is the line, the thread that they want us to use. I think I'm going to do a little work on that camera, lower its exposure. So maybe that it's not so washed out. Or contrast maybe a bit too. Yeah. All right, let's see how that goes. Let's see if that will hold to the next week. All right. And instructions. Let's see what they have to say. If anything, other than rapidly. Exciting stuff here, me looking through the instructions, right? Oh, there's more wire bending that we're going to need to do. And the rear landing gear, we need to wire bend as well. But for right now, I can find the instructions on wrapping the front wheels. That would be great. I remember reading it last week. I read it out loud. Yeah, I think this is it. Make one right, one left. Cement generously. And 2, which is the wire that we had to bend, to K5, K6. After dry, bind with thread and apply cement over thread. Doesn't say how much thread. And I don't think I'm not going to be able to. I may have to pull a bunch off, cut it, and then wrap it. Because I'm not going to get that spool through the tight space. This is worse than fishing line. Thank you. I wanted it to fall. Yep. Let me get my glue. So let's try this again. I don't see how a 14-year-old is supposed to do this when a 61-year-old is having problems. Who knows? Maybe just by the sheer fact that they're 14, maybe they have an advantage. No expectations, maybe. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just put a dab of glue on the knot for now. Grab my scissors from my knife. Get a rough idea of how much thread, what are they calling this? Thread. I might need. Okay, and I'm going to go up this side first. What I'm hoping is that as I wind this, it will tighten on the end of the string that made the knot. Yeah, this is going pretty good. I probably, now that I see what I'm doing, I probably didn't need to cut the thread. All right. At least not on this side. But I do need to tie it off. Which is always the Achilles heel. Doing something like this. There we go. Okay. This is from the top. Right? 2 from top, 1 from bottom. I'm not going to have enough thread to do 1 from bottom. Maybe. Just maybe. Hooray, all right. Well, it's not as pretty as they show on the instructions, but I'm going to wait until I do this side before I put the glue on so I don't get glue all over the place. And these threads hanging off we will cut off once the glue dries. So, and I'll see, oh, there is a gap, so maybe I won't have to cut the thread. Alright. One of the lessons I just learned is, or relearned, give yourself enough slack. So you actually have finger space to tie stuff. Alright. Okay, put a little dab of glue on the nut, just a little. That'll help hold it in place. Alright. Pull this taut. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. The gap is not nearly enough to do this. And I'm not going to be able to get in there, at least not with the tools I have. To open that up or cut that off, I think. Yeah, they tell you what to do, but not how to do it. Well, let's see if we can, without breaking something. I made a mistake by not trimming these right away. This is pathetic. Okay, what am I trying to do now? I'm trying to cut these things. There we go. Let's see if that doesn't make things just a bit easier. Still need to open that up a bit more. So, if we hold it, grab it, bend it. Just got to remember to maybe straighten it before we finish it. Okay. I should have given myself more lead. Do I have enough to go the other way? Here we go, that's what I wanted to do. Alright. Now we lather this up with a bunch of glue. Well, I think first is straighten this wire that I had bent and bend it back. Okay. And I'm going to want a toothpick. Maybe not. Alright. Now we gotta find some way of holding this up while it dries. We'll clip it to this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Next. Gonna prep this before I start. one from top. Two from top. Oh, that got messed up. And one from bottom. And cut these leads. Okay, now the other side. Easier said than done, of course, but okay. Pull this through. Tie this knot. Dab of glue to hold it in place. Let's start wrapping this. Over it. Okay, over the top once. Over the top once. Over the top twice. And underneath once. And let's cut off these loose ends. Alright, and before we glue this up, let's straighten up what we have bent, at least tried. Alright, and let's slap this up with some glue. Oops. We'll need to clean that up. Okay. And we'll set this to dry. Close up our glue. Clean up our mess. And take a breath. I think what I want to do is I think I want to work on this rear landing pad thing and do this when we get more to this. So let me get my wire. And this is going to have, this is a three-dimensional bend instead of a two. Because this image is a 90-degree turn of this one. Let's see how well this will go. And the round nose pliers. Maybe the vice grips are really big though. They will hold it in place. It won't wobble as much. What did I say about staying in place and not wobbling? Wrong. We got a whole lot more bending to do.
Hi, I am Roxy. I am here to ask you to do something for Steve 6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave, leave a comment. Make it a critique, a constructive criticism. Thanks. Oh, he's about to start. Bye.
Foxtrot Delta Tango. Hey, I'm back. Something just crashed on me and set everything off. Let me check some stuff. Yep, looks like we're good. Alright. Hi, I'm back. Let's go back to this. Alright, trying to get this to bend. Just a bit more. That shit's too much. Yep, of course it is. Six of one, half dozen of the other. Still a bit more. So we want to bend this so it comes straight down. Then we want to turn it 90 degrees and bend it like that. That's gonna be fun. So it came pretty damn close. Okay, so now what we just bent here, we need to bend. So we just bent this way. Now we need to turn it and bend it this way. And I'm going to loosen up this just a bit. Alright, so that was like this. So now we're doing this. And now we're going to do this. Okay. Well, maybe it's a bit too much. Oh no, this is kind of hard to line up. Yeah, I think that's okay. That would be the best way to mirror it. I guess it's just me and my sock accounts again. If anybody is watching this in the future, please just put a hi in the comments. And I might just message you back. And then there's a little hook. Okay. So let's untape this. And flip it. Retape this down. I should have done a better job. Should have used a straight edge or something. So let's get it there. Yeah.
I'm about to head to the store. You need me to pick up anything?
Nope.
Alright.
Thank you. No, not that much. Hardly any at all then. Okay. But then there's a little hook, but I'm going to cut this first. Right about there. I'm not going to do a lot with that hook. All right. quickly get that. Landing foot, landing boot. This thing, it needs some cleaning up. It needs some major cleaning up. Trying to pick up the wire. No, it's just the tracing. Now I know there's 3 watching and not just 1. This going back to, it is. All right, that's taken care of. All right, now we have 3 watching. Something tells me there's probably supposed to be a little hole in there. Right. Let's poke a hole. Yeah, there is. Okay. I really need to get some better lights. More light, actually. But I need to have the reason to get lights. Alright, I need the viewers and the followers. I need to be able to justify spending the money. And at the moment, I can't. suffer. Okay. I tried some of these files right away. I wasn't too impressed. But maybe what I'm working on now, though, be a benefit. I really need it. Something to hold this while I file. No, where did it go? Oh, here it is. For a moment there, I thought I was going to have to put be right back going as I dug for my what I just dropped. I doubt there's 4 viewers, but if there is, if there's someone out there that's not me, please say, type hi or hello or something in the chat. getting there. I think that is done. Now, where's the metal piece that I bent? Here it is. So this then goes into that. Let's slap some glue on this. Hope it sticks. And I don't like this grip. Okay, that then goes onto the fuselage. So we can get a closer look at how the wings set from last week. I haven't even looked at it. And I think before I do attach this, I might want to do some glue touch-up. I ain't going to try to untie this. So, let me switch scenes just for a moment. There we go. So, doesn't look too bad. It's got a tight glue seal. But what I think I want to do is get some glue in there. Not a whole lot. This is, yeah, I'm holding it down here like the camera's still on. And there's these notches that are going to be for the landing gear. But, alright, let's go back to my work scene. So I want to kind of get some little extra glue. Boy, I couldn't quite get it last week. Where's my toothpick? Well, okay, well, we'll get a new one. Oh, I found a toothpick. It was stuck to my cleaning towel. Just a little on the top where it pulls away here. Alright. The other side. The port side. Alright, I think that's about all the touch-up gluing that I can take care of. Get this out of the way so I'm not bouncing into... Hey Roy, how are you? So, this is what I've been working on for the last 15 years. So I had built the fuselage, the wings, the elevator and the rudder and the top wing like 15 years ago. Stopped working on it for God knows why. It's going pretty good. You missed me trying to wrap thread around two of these things as part of the landing gear. So now I'm just kind of putting all the pieces finally together. Well, there's still stuff that needs to be assembled, but for the most part, putting the final stages together. So what I've been working on the last couple of weeks is like bending. Oh, that doesn't show up. Bending stuff, bending wires, and getting landing gear together and stuff. So I glued these things onto the fuselage last week and started the front landing gear. This is the bottom landing gear. I think it's supposed to attach to one of these two ribs. So let me find out. And let's go back here. Alright, and let's get the instructions. Okay. So for right now, set it there. Alright, this mess is this. And this is telling me it goes on to B7. So what one of these is B7? It is the back one. So how am I supposed to get that in there like that? No, I guess it was easier than it looked. I think I'm going to have to switch to this scene. No, point this down. There we go. It's the only camera I paid for, and it's the lowest resolution. And this goes in there like Gonna get my alligator clips. Dry glue this. Boom. I want this. I want it to be up against that. NM. What does NM mean? Yeah, that might work. Give this a twist. Oh, I didn't see the, your cameras are in front view only. Oh, never mind. Must have been when I switched scenes and adjusted the face camera. All right, let me get some. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Let me get my glue, my plastic model airplane glue. I'm going to put glue on the balsa wood. Because trying to get it onto that small metal is going to be a freaking pain. But doing this so I don't get glue on my fingers is not going to happen. Gonna get glue on my fingers. Hey, it wouldn't be a craft project if you didn't get glue on your fingers, right? Got some glue running. All right. Then I'm going to put some glue on top. And here's hoping next week I can get my alligator clip off and then glue that on. Alright, one landing gear. It's too high. There we go. I'm not used to that camera being at that angle. Alright, let's set this aside. Do a little bit of cleanup and figure out my next step. putting stuff away that I'll probably in 5 minutes grab again. What time is it? 2:45. These things seem dry enough. As I drop it to the floor, and it goes under the desk. And it went under the desk far enough that I can't reach it. So, be right back.
Hi, I am Roxy. Just hanging out in the lobby getting some popcorn. Do not worry, Steve6464 will be right back.
Älä huoli, Steve 6464 tulee kohta takaisin.
Moenie bekommerd wees nie, Steve 6464 sal nou terug wees.
አይጨነቁ ስቲቭ 6464 ወዲያውኑ ይመለሳል።
Neboj se, Steve 6464 se hned vrátí. Eskeskatu, Steve 6464 laster itzuliko da.
Huwag mag-alala, babalik kaagad si Steve 6464.
Ne aggódj, Steve 6464 mindjárt visszajön. Bare rolig, Steve 6464 er straks tilbage.
唔使擔心，史提夫6464會即刻返嚟。
Keine Sorge, Steve 6464 wird gleich wieder da sein.
Ne vous en faites pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Μην ανησυχείς, ο Steve 6464 θα γυρίσει αμέσως.
Ne vous inquiétez pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Maak je geen zorgen, Steve 6464 is zo terug.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
Ekki hafa áhyggjur, Steve 6464 kemur strax aftur.
Don't worry, Steve 6464 will be right back.
אל תדאג, סטיב 6464 יחזור מיד.
चिंता मत करो, स्टीव 6464 तुरंत वापस आ जाए.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
I'll be right back.
Delta Tango 123 123. How's the sound? Is it too loud, too soft? Just the camera again. go to my work scene. Actually, I wanted it a little lower because when I work I bend down and then you can see the top of my head. Alright. Clean off the extra line there. And seeing these were hanging down when the glue was drying, it was running, so cleaned that up. Yeah, unlike Victor, no length of growing hair is going to cover that up. Although I did have a little scare quite a while ago. I don't remember what project, but I had dropped something to the floor, kept the cameras running, and when I looked, when I looked up, the way the light reflected made it look thin. So afterwards, I go up to my wife and ask, is it thinning? If anyone deserves to go bald, it would be me, because when my friends were getting to that age, I was really giving them shit. I was the youngest one in the group, and I was really giving them shit about going bald. So I thought for sure by the time I got to this age, I'd be Jean-Luc Picard. Fortunately not. Just had a towel. Did I throw it out? Alright, so let's see what's next for the main landing gear. Alright, so I've done this. This is what I just did. This is what I've worked on this week and last week. So, and I decided that these metal supports I will work on when I get more to this part, or when this part's finished. So let's do this. Okay, N1 is the wire, but I'm thinking they want the heavier gauge wire. I mean, you'd want a heavier gauge wire for your axle. And if you were building landing gear for a plane named after a flower, would that then be axle rose? Alright, I'll shut up and get back to work. Okay. The K number is this not balsa wood, not actually plastic. Looks like that. I don't know what you would call this processed plastic. Stay in the groove. Okay, let me get my files. When I started this, I went and picked up this craft size file set. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I had this forever. This is mine. This sometimes works better. But let's see how this goes. I went out and got some sandpaper just for this project. Also, and it's purple. Yeah. Purple sandpaper. And I'm probably going to want a sheet. I don't think I'm filing it as much as I am bending it over. Let's see. Here we go. A little something to hold on to. And there is already holes in the piece, so I am not adding any holes. Ah. Or am I? I think I just did. There is no easy way to do this with the small stuff. Alright. It is 3 o'clock. The wife wants to do something when she gets home. So I shouldn't be doing this. Should be ending the stream really soon. But I do want to get this cleaned up. There is this little dip right in the middle. Yeah, that's probably as good as it's going to get. So, calling it a day. Try to keep all the stuff together that I'm going to want to use next week. Go back here. Look at the camera. Alright, Roy, thanks for coming by. Anybody in the future, thank you for making it this far in the video. Hope everyone has a nice day. Be safe. Be a friend to someone who needs a friend. And the last thing I have to say is...
Look! An echo chamber of derp. Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp,
Gravity is not a force.
Einstein replaced Newton.
derp.